finally, I want to talk about Woodman's relationship with a model agency in America called LA Direct. Woodman and Derek Hay, the owner, are friends. They've been friends for a long time. And there's an ongoing scandal in America where Derek Hay has been charged with involvement in an illegal prostitution scheme. I know several girls in Europe who've told me they were sent to work for LA Direct by Pierre Woodman. Considering that the charges against Derek are very serious, obviously we have to wait for the trial to finish to find out if he's guilty or innocent, but it doesn't look good. And sending models to work in a different country, they're in an incredibly vulnerable position. The reason for that is that the models that were sent were working there illegally. They did not get work permits. They did not apply for work visas. When a porn model applies to the US, they should apply for an O1 artist visa. And with LA Direct, they were not doing that. At the time, I was only in porn for maybe 4 or 5 years. And I knew that if you went to work in America, if you went to, say, work for Mark Spiegler, he would tell you, do things properly, go to a lawyer, apply for your immigration, pay your taxes, blah, 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 blah. Whereas if you went to work for LA Direct, they would send you to Arizona to get an American ID from the DMV. That was so you could shoot porn in America illegally, like without a work permit. Now, if the allegations against LA Direct are true, then that means these European girls have been sent to an incredibly vulnerable position. And I know several girls who had a very bad experience with LA Direct when they were sent there. Some of them were sent by Woodman. It stinks. Sending girls to work in the sex industry illegally in a different country, I think, is the very definition of sex trafficking. Now, I should say that Woodman claims that he didn't know that they didn't have work permits. He says Derek got paperwork and all of that. If I knew that, and I haven't been in porn as long as Woodman has, and I'm not a friend of Derek's, then why didn't Woodman know that? And, you know, definitely these people were working illegally, because I even drove one of them to Kingman, Arizona to get their ID so they could work illegally in porn. Everybody knew this system. People were using it for a long time. It wasn't the way I ever advised people. I always told people, go to a more reputable agent, go to someone that does things properly, because if you are working illegally, that agent has complete control over you. They can get you kicked out of the country at any time. They can threaten you. I'm not saying that Derek was doing this, but it's really, really bad. Now, I asked Woodman about this, and he confirmed by text. I said, I also have girls saying you recommended LA Direct to them. Is that true? Yes, he says. And he said he sent 5 girls to LA Direct. And he also says, nobody worked without a work permit. Derek organized all officially. I said, no, they all told me they were sent without a work permit. They got an American ID in Kingman, Arizona. He said, I know the girls were sent to Arizona for papers. Now, that's not how you get a work permit. And I think Woodman knows that, and he's playing dumb. But as I say, this link, we have to wait and see what happens with LA Direct. But for me, it's very interesting how all the shit people in porn are connected. Maybe Derek will be found innocent, but he's a very shitty person. Woodman, maybe he's innocent of crimes. He's an incredibly shitty person. Same with Brill Babes. Same with Dennis Blackmagic. These are horrible people preying on women, exploiting women, maybe legally, maybe not. I shouldn't be surprised that they're all connected, that they're all helping each other, they're all facilitating the bad things that are happening in porn. And I think that speaks volumes.